il primo discorso di questa sera nella corsia numero 1, visto che abbiamo iniziato a parlare di sport, c'è Andrea Barbiero con il discorso Just Friends. Lo invito sul palco. Just Friends, Andrea Barbiero.
You two make a beautiful couple, they would say. Oh no, we're not a couple. We're just friends. Just friends. There I was, in the friend zone. But is that such a bad place to be? I don't think so. I aspire to be a great friend. Contest chair. Friends. A recent statistic tells us that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. But all podcasts, self-help books, personal coaches that focus on relationships are always talking about, it seems, how to find our soulmate. What about friendship? I've made it my mission to seek out and make new friends, cultivate those friendships and make them grow, and be the friend that I'm looking for. Where do you find your friends? I imagine it's in those places where you're doing the things that you love to do. Because you'll find other people doing those same things. Fertile ground for new friendships. I've been a Toastmaster for over a decade. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to talk. And so I find other people that are practicing their communication skills, trying to be better leaders, and giving feedback to help others improve, and taking feedback from me. People like me. And I've made lots of friends, and I'm sure I'll make even more. Once I make those friends, it's time to cultivate those friendships, make them grow. I want to address the elephant in the room. Do you think boys and girls, men and women, can be friends? When I was 10 years old, my best friend was Laura. We used to do our homework together after school every evening. On Saturdays, we would go on bike rides for hours and talk and laugh. I felt so comfortable with her. And she felt comfortable with me. So much so that she invited me to her 11th birthday party. It was going to be all girls, and I would be the only boy. The guys at school found out, and they teased me mercilessly. And did you find yourself a girlfriend? Are you going to kiss her on her birthday? I really let it get to me. To the point where the next day, when I went to school, she gave me an invitation to her birthday party. And in front of the guys, I ripped it and threw it in front of her. The hurt look in her eyes will haunt me for the rest of my life. I wasn't the friend to her that she was to me. I wasn't my authentic self. Are you your authentic self to your friends? Hold on to your friendships. Be the friend to them that you want them to be with you. You know, it seems that a lot of times we hide behind the mask of indifference. But if we drop that mask, wouldn't you agree? We're all just delicate, beautiful souls trying to make a connection. Go out there and do the things you love to do. That's where you're going to find your friends. Will you cultivate those friendships? I challenge you to be the friend that you're looking for, your authentic self. And amongst all of those friends, maybe. Do you remember that statistic I told you before? 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Well, the other 50% stay together. What are they doing right? What's the secret to a successful relationship? I saw a really interesting documentary. It was called Long Lasting Love, The Secret to Successful Relationships, where they interviewed couples that had been married for 40, 50 years. And they asked them that question: what's the secret to a successful relationship? One gentleman had been married for 50 years. He had a fantastic answer. He said, well, there are only 2 secrets to a successful relationship. Rule number 1, she's always right. Rule number 2, when she's wrong, go back to rule 1. She nudged him lovingly and gave him a hug. Other people said things like, never go to bed angry, or listen more than you speak with your partner. But there was one thing they all said. When they were asked, what's the secret to a successful relationship? How did you find your soulmate? Every single one of them said this, with a lump in their throat and a little tear in their eye. That's easy. I married my best friend.
And tonight I'm envious because of your voice, which I don't have. I'm sorry. I will step down so maybe my voice can reach you. For sure, your voice reached everyone, and everyone was really paying attention to you, even if someone might not understand English. I really loved of your speech the poses you did. They were perfect. They let it go down each single word and meaning you wanted us to understand. So it was really, really well done. It's one tick on the long list of the well done things in your speech. You have chosen a very wide topic, friendship, but you were able to tackle in different ways. You spoke about friendship between people and love. That is another way of friendship. The content of your speech was really good, in my opinion, and I really loved the message that everyone tonight is bringing home: be the friend you want to have. What I really didn't get, because your speech was very well constructed, and you had a very strong opening. You were keeping the attention high, even ripping off the piece of paper. But you had this jump between the example of Toastmasters, then the love, then again, where do you find your friends, to go back to love. So the link between those was very smooth. But I have to admit, now that I think about it, I have this doubt. Why this jump back and forth? Either you tackle one or the other, because they are still connected. And I really loved, because you said, I'm going to give you a little show. I think you delivered a great show tonight. And the most beautiful thing is that you also, despite you have tested and done this speech before many times, and you change it every time, you enjoy doing it, and you're still authentic when doing it. So this is very, very precious. Another suggestion, since you're going to competition, is that you have given us some questions, and people were not really reacting to it. And when you speak to a large audience, maybe the best thing is just address to one person. Where do you find your friends? So it's more effective. But as said, I really love the message. Everyone got it. Everyone was engaged, and I can just wish you best luck with it.
Grazie Alessia. E adesso abbiamo un round robin, ovvero la possibilità che viene data a tutti i partecipanti questa sera di esprimere un loro feedback che andrà ad impreziosire le valutazioni che sono già state date ad Andrea. Chiedo un'alzata di mano. Insieme. Siamo da Beatrice.
Okay, should I come there or do I stay here?
How do you want?
I stand up with authority.
No, ma fuori per camera.
Oh, right. She's right. With your speech, you made me go to Italy. I went from, oh, you little piece of shit, allow me, to, oh, so sweet. And you have a very good presence on the CD. I found you very captivating. I mean, you are very interesting to look at when you speak. You're engaging. Good. Keep on like that.
Thank you.
I love how you said cultivating. And also, yes, the emotional roller coaster and the intimate relationship you managed to create with the public. Indeed, at the end, I really had goosebumps. But at the other side, I kind of, as your whole speech was very enthusiastic, I kind of accepted more of a big bang at the end. So I was waiting for a stronger closure, but it could be just me, you know. And also, even though I saw you were looking at everyone, it seemed like you were really talking to me. So that's something, wow, how do you do that? And also, thinking about how to cultivate friendships. I kind of left with thinking, okay, so should I just be my authentic self in order to cultivate it, or did I miss it? I don't know, did you put something else in it? Could you put
It's
something
up to you.
else?
That's why the maybe was there.
I loved it so much, thank you.
Thank you.
I loved every second of your speech. Thank you, Andy, for sharing that. Two minor ideas for you to further develop if you want. One, you told a beautiful story. The Laura story was powerful. When you read those pieces of paper, you read my heart. And at the core of every story, we have conflict. Romeo and Juliet, War and Peace. You can make your story even more powerful if you quickly explore the conflicts that were there. With other people, with Laura, your internal conflict, that would create some bolder experience for your audience, more engaging. And another minor thing, you are, of course, a native speaker, but probably the audience is not as good in English as you. So when you mock the old man voice, it could be difficult for someone to understand the wording. So you have to find a balance between the performance and the enunciation. But thank you so much.